Hi guys, welcome to today's video, and in today's video we'll look into a scenario in which alternate future of the world part 8 takes place. And yeah, that's just alternate history of Europe. And yeah, to start things off, Algeria and the Moroccan state unite together, as this country is trying to unite North Africa and sees how there's Italian people are illegally, they claim, occupying lands, which they use as their casus belli to declare war on Italy. But nobody intervenes for some reason. Nobody intervenes right away. Italy's main gateway into Africa, in Tunisia, is taken, and then they get kicked back in Libya. Surprising there's not much naval fighting taking place, with Germany quickly supporting them, and the Netherlands, Poland, everybody in this pact helps them, except for some reason the Ottoman Empire, which fares this nation as well, which doesn't really, because they have better relations with this nation than everybody else, which is odd. With naval dominance over Libya being like this. Yeah, I'm using it in where their navies are mobilized, because it doesn't make sense to have full navy mobilization, does it? And them connecting up there and connecting here. This is so that their allies can support them, but it doesn't really do much, as Germany doesn't have all their naval assets moved. But when they realize this down there, they start a speedy campaign into North Africa, with them taking half the country over by force, then moving into the other half, demanding full annexation, but Italy is still refusing, even when they're almost fully forced. With this being like the downfall of Italy's power and strength, which really hurts the country for Italy. Not really for Germany, because they didn't get their forces over in time. And yeah, this is pretty embarrassing. Just look at it. Which is why Germany makes up for it into forcing Denmark into being their ally. So they force Denmark's hand. Why would they force Denmark's hand? Because, well, they're still trying to show off their power with them. They definitely have naval dominance in these waters. That's why I'm not including naval dominance mostly. And yeah. And this kind of happens as Copenhagen falls. And, well, Germany just forces their hand. Why would Germany do this? Because Denmark is, once again, an easy target, which is sad. When the big nations pick on the little ones because they can. With them taking a bit of land, to not make this look pointless, obviously. They take these islands, and they basically force Denmark's new government into being a pro-German government, which gives in to some German demands, especially with them extending Alsace-Lorraine territory. But now they force Denmark's hand into becoming their ally. Why would they do this? Because they can. Once again, power equals more want, you know. The more power you have, the more power you want. And the less power you have, the less power you want. It's how it works. The more power you get, the more you want. And Germany does a lot, but this is not enough to protect Hungary, who has started having a severe economic crisis. And this is not good, because some countries start taking advantage. Mostly the Communist Party, which is funded by the Russians. Hungary's war escalates quickly, this crisis. And as we know, throughout history, when there's a crisis, there's somebody going to exploit it to get power. As they rise up in these small lands, they demand communist reforms. Okay, I guess the socialist countries in this world, they're gaining traction. With Germany sending in forces, peacekeeping forces. And a lot of peacekeeping forces are throughout these lands. But as we know, peacekeeping does not mean it's going to keep the peace. With Croatian nationalistic forces rising up in these lands, as they would. As Croatians also kind of claim Slovenia as their land. But they getting pretty hard to, with some German peacekeeping forces entering. Why did they enter? And they allow Hungarian forces to move through these lands. Aid through these lands. Which they exploit. But then something crazy happens. As Yugoslavia... Yeah, I'm going to not use this color. Yugoslavia escalates and launches a full-scale invasion of Hungary. At a time that Hungary is not able to fight. Yugoslavia is unfortunately seen as an aggressor. But why would this be unfortunate? Because, well, it is. With Slovakian nationalist forces rising up here. Why do they rise up here? Because when there's an opportunity, somebody is willing to take it. A lot of the time it is people who want independence. And well, it's not like it's the 20th century where you would just get... It's not like it's our world where when we have a crisis, we just say, yo, America, fix it. Yeah, the hegemon is definitely Germany, but this is an ethnic conflict that nobody could avoid. It's a dangerous part. A lot of conflicts no one can avoid. With Romania getting themselves kicked out of the alliance as they aggressively and ill-justified, without a justification, invade. Just seen as an aggression, so they get kicked out of the pact. With them pushing into these lands, yeah, Hungary is definitely in crisis. With Croatia managing to take out the coast. And well, German peacekeeping forces don't do much. Yeah. German peacekeeping forces are kind of forced to withdraw. Yeah, maybe they'll send peacemaking forces and make peace. But as we know, they don't. I don't know if peacekeeping forces would become a thing in this world, actually. When were peacekeeping forces invented? I don't know. Probably weren't even in this world. With Slovakian nationalists continuing their campaign in the north. As they take Bratislava, which is seen as a historical victory. As Ukrainian forces meet with Germany, and Germany allows them to have independence, while Hungary is there at the agreement. Brawl from Hungarian lands, which is taken well in Hungary, with Hungary using this advantage to try and push back the commies. Why would they do this? Because they can. And while this becomes known as a Republic of West Ukraine, why will we call it West Ukraine? Because it is West Ukraine. It's just under different management. I probably didn't get it right first time. And then this is kind of what it looks like now. Yeah, this kind of continues as nothing really changes for a while. Except one big thing, this piece. They push back. With West Ukraine out of this war, Hungary uses a lot of these to effectively push back Croatian separatists, as they use this to create a corridor between their German allies and such. And then they create another corridor to get here, to their Polish allies. But as we can see, the commies take advantage of this and take even more land. Yeah. Looks like they're going to have to let the Slovakians go. And it's very likely. With them thinking of negotiations with Romania too. But as we can see, they'll be a bit too slow with those negotiations and bad stuff will happen. As Romania does this. And then the Hungarian government sends peace to Romania and Slovakia, and this is backed by the German Empire. Being accepted. As Romania pushes into all of their lands they now own, with one major change being they're no longer a part of the German Empire's protection because of some of these decisions they just made. I'm going to redo that erase because that change in colors because it wasn't that well. With Romanian forces effectively leaving the war. With them being like West Ukraine. Neutral for now. And that's where Hungary keeps some land. Yeah, I know. It's not really great. But successful as they withdraw back. But the commies are still doing pretty well. And why am I calling them commies? As I am. With the Slovakian state being created, Hungary keeps much of its ethnically Hungarian lands. And this is what their ethnic lands were basically during like the start of World War I, even though we're long past that. The world order is definitely changing, in my opinion, in this universe. And why is it? Changing because it is. As Yugoslav forces take Bucharest. No, not. They take Budapest, guys. Yugoslavia does. With Croatia and Yugoslavia about to meet with Hungary on peace negotiations. And yeah, it goes really well, guys, actually, their peace negotiations. They just withdraw their forces, which may or may not really benefit the non-communists. With the communists taking advantage of their withdrawal to do this. But the good news is we have a neutral Croatia, which no one can argue is bad. And we have a Serbia, a Yugoslavia, with a really odd-looking Hungary. But that's good, guys, I guess. And yeah. But then the communists try to take Budapest. So they were pretty much stopped. And this probably has to do with the German support. With German peace making forces, well, they probably didn't exist, but let's say they came up with it. It was pretty smart. But if it does exist, then it did exist. With Germany launching a peace forcing mission in. And well, this is really beneficial, as Budapest is stopped from being encircled. And yeah, objectively, the communists kind of failed. And yeah, well, I guess you probably knew that based on the thumbnail, it wouldn't become communist. With German peacekeeping forces basically saying to Hungary, we will leave your country once it's established your rule again. The economic situation, still bad, but improving a bit. with a lot of communist forces rising up across the Hungarian nation. And they even declare the Commune of Hungary. But Hungary was pretty much ready for this, as they steamroll these two pockets. And then they steamroll this pocket. But they have one problem, as they can't steamroll over this pocket. And then they're left here as they get steamrolled by this pocket. Well, then making it to German forces and moving on both fronts. Why did they do this? Just in case they don't get all their land back, but they know they will. With them moving all of these forces to this front, and all the destruction that happened in Hungary is shocking, I bet. I mean, it's a good thing my videos aren't real, or else we would be living in probably the apocalypse. But that's it. My videos aren't realistic, and they're pretty bad scenarios. With German forces withdrawing only small amounts. Why are they withdrawing so slow? Because they don't want communists to pick up in these lands. And yet, this alliance has been fighting alongside them the full time. With Hungary's nation destroyed, Germany starts helping it. But just let you know, this isn't... Romania allows Hungarian goods to travel through here. Why do they allow it through this corridor? Because if they don't, it would be a problem. With Yugoslavia doing I really wanted to see an independent Croatia, but guess what? We don't get that. As Yugoslavia declares war on Croatia. Okay, I guess we'll probably see a giant with Yugoslavia reestablishing itself bigger, better, and stronger. With them being out of this war with a really good economic situation. As they invade Croatia. But Croatia has one trick up its sleeve. And that is, it's communes. I'm kidding, but that would be funny. As they shove into Bosnia. Why do they shove into Bosnia? Because they can. Yeah. With a lot of Yugoslavian forces surprised at how strong this foe is. But this war is driven by conquest and desire for more land. And they basically tell their population that Croatia's evil and stuff. So, I guess so. And they even have their population thinking Croatians are Serbians. So, I guess this is not going to end well. All that ends well doesn't start well, they all say. But all that ends bad will end bad. With Yugoslavia taking full opportunity. Well, as we know, whenever there's problems, somebody's there to take opportunity. Well, you should do that. Whenever there's a crisis in your life, take an opportunity. Yeah, basically, it works. And well, this happens as many countries like Germany, Hungary, and Italy start evacuating troops that they secretly had in these lands. But nobody knows about that. And Serbia still wants land out of Hungary. They didn't get all they wanted. But yeah, desire doesn't come right away. Of Yugoslavia putting themselves in a stronger position than before. But there are countries not in a good position, specifically Ottoman Empire, but Russian Empire came out better. But the Russian Empire has one idea. Opportunity. And what did I say about opportunity? Opportunity. Somebody takes advantage of the opportunity. No matter what this opportunity may be. Someone's always there. I wonder, will there be an Iranian revolution sometime? I guess. With Russia saying to Romania, go Romania, return our land. Which Romania says, yo, no. And why do they keep it up? Because Russia can. Russia is evil like that, we all know. Well, I'm kidding. They're not evil, but, you know, in this timeline, yeah. With them moving their forces into Romanian lands. As they slam in towards the city of Odessa they take. Okay, Odessa, definitely there. As they swarm into the country of Romania. But it turns out this is only one region they desire, which includes almost all of Romania's coast. As they start continuing their campaign in, which many countries dislike. Which basically they're the Soviets. So they're trying to establish communism in Romania. It's found out after they head towards Bucharest. Which is right here on the Bulgarian border, and they take it. Yeah. But then Romania split. Between Romania and Soviet Romania. Basically right now. And they decide to sign strategy being used. Which, yeah, West Ukraine's going to stay around for a while longer. With many countries, with this area just basically doing what it wants to do. It wants to unite all of North Africa. It's the Ottoman Empire starting to weaken economically. We've all seen what Hungary did when it weakened, but we all seen when Ukraine turned a blind eye. You can't turn a blind eye on anyone, and you can't really trust anyone in this world. So it's pretty bad, this world that we're creating in this alternate future series. I mean, at least somebody's being normal, Switzerland. But you know what they're lacking? Whatever I would want if they were in this situation and were neutral. Yeah. Why am I drawing on this? Because it's something cool. Yeah. As is outlined. And because it makes sense, let's make Switzerland's favorite snack as they enjoy this series I made. Yeah. Yeah, that's supposed to be popcorn. Yep, definitely. Yeah, I think it needs a bit more, though. Yeah, guys, I don't think the popcorn idea works so well. But yeah, it was a try at least. Maybe it's just the color isn't dark enough or something. Let's make it look like really buttery popcorn. Who wants it too buttery? Well, I guess Switzerland. Let's see. Yeah, it works much better, but it looks like a pot of gold. So maybe it's better the old way. Before we start wondering what it is. Yeah, Switzerland will probably have that gone pretty quickly with this series. It's pretty entertaining, don't you guys agree? And also, making fun of Switzerland is probably not nice, but you know, neutrality. Yeah, even in this series, they managed to be neutral. But their eyes are a bit like, oh no, what's going to happen next? Yeah, this is a very suspenseful show for them, I guess. And it's uneasy, they're probably feeling. And guys, that's pretty much all for today's video. Why is that the case? It's sad, but videos can't go on forever because we'll get bored to death. So, can you please subscribe? Because we're trying to get to 175 subscribers by February 1st. That would mean a lot, so you should really subscribe and like and stuff. That would mean a lot if you can. And share this video to your friends. Maybe they'll subscribe. We're at 125. That's 50 away from 175. You know how long we have? 11 days. Do you think we can do it, guys? I hope so. So please like, subscribe, comment, and stuff. And that's all for today's video, Wild Mapper.